Nexus Empyrean.
Is the wave of the future. Let them come to Berlin.
This presentation is absolutely pointless to give if the audience has not received or understood the 11BX1371 presentation or understands what 11BX is, independent of the presentation they figured out on their own. So this presentation is largely dependent on a working knowledge of 11BX1371, what it is, who designed it, and so on and so forth. Now, this isn't an easy presentation to give, as these sort of things usually aren't, and for the sake of time, I'm going to reduce this down to about an hour presentation. This is a SAPS analysis of the Underground Church propaganda material, 11BX1643. The analysis methodology utilized is not limited to abnormal cult psychology profiling to determine the enemy's train of thought, a propaganda assessment, which is always conducted during these analyses, to determine the target audience groups, belief and values, spirituality and identity, and any environmental information leading to the whereabouts of the unsubs. All those things go together to form the capability, skills, and so on and so forth of the organization behind it. The ciphers detected were not limited to visual Morse code, psychological cryptography, symbolic cryptography, theological riddles, psychological mapping, the Nihilist cipher, character-subcharacter, affine shift cipher, sonic pigpen, advanced layered messages, linear time ciphers, nonlinear times, as well as advanced semantics as usual, and literary cryptography and geographic mapping, as well as some visual cryptography as well. These are all elements that stick within the MO of the Underground Church's first video, 11BX1371. They're all working and present within 1643. So the security measures that 1643 employs are security through obscurity, red herrings, psych crypto, of course the psychological cryptography is the key to everything, as well as spectrogram, or at least it was in 1371. Constructive chaos, they've also utilized that again, as well as symbolic cryptology, layered messages, subliminal message, and required logic leaps, again, which is one of the best forms of security countermeasures in a message like this. So, moving on. Languages detected, French, English, Latin, Aramaic, Hebrew, and Russian. The cultural references that were also detected were Judaism, Christianity, Russian nihilism, theological references, as well as German customs, U.S. history, World War II, eschatology, underground church insider information, Christian mysticism, generalized occultism, Freemasonry, and holiday references. Distribution occurred with the same MO. If you notice that it arrived March the 9th, ship priority on the 7th. They planned for it to arrive on the 9th, as 1371 was originally posted to 4chan-X on the 9th. So it was open on March the 11th. Coincidence there, real funny. So it's a major attack. It was sent to Skillzone over in the Czech Republic. Skillzone is a gaming place. So what they wanted to do by sending it to Skillzone particularly was they wanted to sort of disguise it as being an alternate reality game or an innuendo in that kind of way, easily misinterpreted. However, linking this together with 1371 corroborates around the fact that they sent it to Gadgets. They sent it to Johnny, 1371, and they send the next one to Skillzone. So they have the skills to execute their plans with the gadget, which is the rabbit's foot. And you have to understand 1371 in order to understand this message. So that's the psychological cryptography behind it. You can't properly decipher this message at all if you don't understand 1371. So it was burnt on February the 29th at 24 in the hour. No fingerprints were recovered as well, which also indicates criminal intent. Geographic messaging. And they started off with a little geographic messaging here with Churchill. They sent it to Skill Zone because Skill Zone right here is located right beside Churchill, okay? And they also made a reference to another Churchill in France at a art institute or an art museum in France that is, bordered by 3 roads that are named after U.S. presidents. So Churchill, the underground church, the king of the hill, that's what they want you to interpret based upon this. So this is geographic messaging, and it starts right at the message's distribution point at Skill Zone. So geographic messages, and they've mapped all of this out. They know all of it. 4 right here, the horsemen, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and they had 4 come up recursively, and they have it come back again. There were 4. It was 4 at the end of this particular video, and that means horsemen. So the horsemen of the apocalypse, Book of Revelation stuff. And this right here, I would say, is more than likely graffiti that has been put there by the underground church. You need to investigate that a little bit further. But they gotta love all of these different elements in play, because this is like a Christian extremist, symbolic cryptography zone right here. And I won't get too detailed into it for the sake, but we have the skills to play the bunny game with the gadget that they told the world about, which is a biological weaponized virus, okay? So they sent it to Skill Zone because they have the skills to play the bunny game with the rabbit's foot and kill everybody by just simply breathing. Okay, because you breathe in the virus. Now, title analysis reveals a lot. It also reveals the MO and attack time frame, okay, which correlates to the Red Room back in 1371. Okay, so you have 11BX, which is Bomber's Pilot's MOS, and 1643, Christmas Island was discovered. That's what they want you to deduce from this. It's also a reference to the Red Room in the White House. So you have linking factors over and over again with 1643. So when you combine that, the layered symbolism works together again. It means they have the skills to use the rabbit's foot to attack the world's population on Christmas. America is ground zero, and also France. It looks like they're going to be attacking 2 places now, America and France, around Christmas time by distributing their product, which has been laced with this biological virus. So you have a weaponized biological virus that they're going to launch and release around Christmas time before 2024. If you can't understand that, then you were never meant to get the antivirus and join them. Okay, so the metadata. And we find this on the file. There was a single file, a video file, titled 11BX1643. It was on the disk. It was not burnt like a DVD. We find this, Razunican 2, which is an anagram for runes in I Can. However, that gets so detailed I don't have the time to explain it. It's not for the public release anyways. Now we find this in the metadata, which is another anagram for a lip reader solvent, because there is some lip reading that you have to do in this particular video to completely link it to 1371. So he's actually mouthing out something when he had the Kennedy thing going on, but he picks up the Kennedy speech after he says, we'll get to that in a moment, but the virus is the wave of the future. Lip reading analysis, the virus is the wave of the future, and that's to the JFK lip sync, okay? The metadata, there's even revelation.wave in this metadata, and revelation.wave occurs 4 times in all of the metadata, okay? And it occurs 4 times because the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, remember, they believe that they are one of those metaphorical horsemen that have to complete Revelation 15 and launch the plague as they see it, okay? And that's this is a play on renovation of revelation. That's what that is right there. And that's the Kennedy speech in Germany, and it refers to the 4 horsemen of the Revelation. Okay, that's what it literally does. And they're very clear and very open with their Christian occultism in this particular propaganda material. Now, Masonic Pigpen cipher, and that's how you break this. Okay, it's real simple. And it translates to Alpha and Omega. And by the way, that occurs 4 times in the Bible. In the Book of Revelation, Alpha and Omega, Alpha and Omega, Alpha and Omega. So it's a direct reference to the Bible itself, okay? It's really that simple. Now you have the Morse code, and the Morse code is that bunch of junk translates into French, which then translates with semantics removed into, in a second we are reborn as a child through water. It's talking about baptism. A third of us reborn will ye bury. They're talking about how a third of their population of the Christians will be raptured and disappeared, and therefore we will bury a third of you. And so they're releasing the plague, Revelation 15, to bury a third of the world's population because they believe they're all going to disappear in the blink of an eye and be raptured, okay? This is an extreme Christian terror threat that links into 1371. This is the amplification of their attack time frame being in Christmas. Now the song that you hear toward the end, you can find it right here at this YouTube link, translated into English. It's literally the Lord's Prayer, okay? It's being sang in Aramaic, okay? Now, that's a pretty clear religious reference, and you hear that music right around this time frame, okay? And it's a confirmed underground church Christian mysticism reference and message. Message within a message within a message. The gold mass symbolizes the kingdom of God or kingdom of heaven as it's a giant cube as found in the book of Revelations, made completely out of gold, okay? It's not the red house, it's the gold house, and they want you to see that. And this mask, by the way, is the same mask you saw before, but it's covered with what looks like aluminum foil spray-painted gold, okay? And aluminum foil is also symbolic of something as well, but this is a symbolic cryptography found in the very first opening of the propaganda material. 840 is an invalid area code. However, 420, and you get to that by reducing it down or dividing it in half. And the same principle of as above, so below. That means the Czech Republic is going to be a recruitment center for these extreme Christians, okay? And it's Christian mysticism detected yet again. The double cross, you double cross Jesus, but if you want redemption, you meet us in the Czech Republic and get the antivirus and join us. That's what they're saying at 117. So 17 has some sort of significance in the finding of this recruitment center, obviously. However, Christian mysticism solves this. As above, so below. You double it or half it to find the above and below factor. The Nihilist cipher, this is what's written right there, and the Nihilist cipher translates to LUW discipline, and that's interpreted as love, unity, wisdom, discipline, and that is a underground church motto according to insider information into this Christian terror network. Okay, it's really that simple. They're signing this particular video with keys of authorship. These are keys of authorship that validate 1371 as theirs. They're saying, yes, we're the underground church, we did it, and this video is proof that we are the authors of 1371. Now the GPS coordinates, okay, they take you over to France, alright? Now, particularly in France, it's on a ley line, so they're telling you that they know the secrets of France. However, it's bordered by Winston Churchill. Churchill yet again. This is a Churchill reference in France, not Czech Republic. From the other side of the building, Franklin Delano Roosevelt Avenue and General Eisenhower Avenue. So it's surrounded by 3 presidents, okay? Like the all signed the pyramid. They want you to know they're going to take down Mystery Babylon as they see it. Revelation 18 refers to America, according to these extreme Christians. It's located on a ley line. They're essentially saying we know the secrets of the arts, Paris, mysteries of the occult, and the ways of Freemasonry. We know everything that you know, but yet we're going to beat you. And then the eagle has fallen. You know, strike an arrow through the heart of an eagle. So the repetitious messages that occur throughout the video are Red House, Black Sun, Winston Churchill, renovate Revelations, biblical references, and fuck your nihilism, love, unity, wisdom, discipline, the motto of the underground church. Fuck your nihilism, believe in something, either join us or be already dead. As their message suggests, repetition is the bedrock of authentic modern brainwashing techniques, and they know that. So, square light cipher. It's not actually a real cipher, by the way. The square is symbolic of the kingdom of God. Remember, it's gold, and he has the gold mask, so you have all these squares and these cubes in this particular frame to sort of indicate that. It's a symbolic theological indication riddle. That's what you're supposed to deduce from it. Who is the one who divides the light from the darkness? You see in the beginning it's dark with the cross on the mask, the crucifix, you know, Jesus, the blood of the Lamb on a white cloth, you know, the martyrs, 144,000 martyrs, the book of Revelation, they want you to deduce that. God divided the light from the darkness, divide the light from the darkness. Darkness to light, okay, is what they want you to determine there, okay? Biblical symbolism, okay? Translation of this ganja is red house. And as above, so below, thus the mirror. The red house is actually Jesus' house, but his house is gold. Kingdom of God. They want you to deduce that as well. Already talked about that a little bit, but now the building of the wall of it was jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. Revelation 21, talking about the kingdom of God. The house is really gold. That's what they're telling you right here. This house, the red, his house, Jesus' house, the cross, is really gold. So it's a gold kingdom, okay? And they're in white because the 144,000 martyrs are wearing white robes. So this is such a enigmatic, true grit, extreme Christian video, it's beyond belief. However, they're very clever, and they want only the smart people to join them. So, and do a little bit of backtracking. The GPS coordinates in 1371, this is all in hex, translate to ANSI, which is GPS coordinates, which is the address of the White House, okay? Now, it's specifically to the red room, all right? The red room right here, that room, red room. Remember, red house, red room, and it's about the attack time frame that they're going to utilize, okay? In the red room, it's symbolic of Christmas, okay? So it's symbolizing Christmas before 2024 as an attack time frame for them to play the bunny game with the rabbit's foot, which is a biological weaponized virus to infect both America and then Paris or France. So those are their two targets, because those are the two statues of liberty. You have to keep in mind, they're one and the same in the way these people think, the way this organization thinks. And I'm really tired of thinking like the enemy, and I'm about to just give up. Now, recruitment centers. Now, you have the Czech Republic at 420 area code, and the Windsor Lodge, Barbados, at 426. Okay, so very important to know these things. The literary cipher. Ends of an era, chains of truth, servant is now master, triumph of harmony is sleep then awoken, sun is black, Yahweh is beaten by Elohim. What it says here. The end of an era, we are now in the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is the age of knowing, that's how they see it. Remember, they had Aquarius over and over again in the symbolic cryptography on 1371, so you should be thinking of that right now. However, chains of truth, in the age of knowing, truth is inescapable. It's inescapable because it's the age of knowing. They believe that their truth is the only truth and that everyone will know it because they'll make them know it after they unleash the virus. And it's the end of the world as they see it. Everything ends in 2028 to them. 2028end.com is one of their propaganda mills. Triumph of harmony, love, unification, wisdom, discipline. Okay? This is an underground church motto. That means they're going to prevail. That's the harmony they're talking about. This is their order. And these are the four pillars of their order. Love, unification, wisdom, and discipline. Asleep then awoken, asleep to the truth, they wake you up to it. They wake you up to the truth, which is whatever they say it is, about the Bible, Revelation, the end times, so on and so forth. Okay? When the moon turns red, the sun goes black, forever and autumn and past that. It's also a reference to Revelations. Okay? And the UGC, their order prevails over the past era of theology. Yahwists beaten by Elohists. This is a completely biblical terminology that anyone who's even remotely studied the Bible would even be able to tell you, yes, that's a direct reference to the Bible. And it's not the only reference to the Bible throughout their entire propaganda film here. And this is dealing with the steganography. And this is Renovate Revelations. Renovate Revelations. It's also in French, but they're not using it in terms of what it means in French. Okay? Now, fuck your nihilism. Love, unity, wisdom, discipline. Okay? It's really a complicated message to really arrive at these things, and again, this is constructive chaos at work. It's Christian mysticism that they're using. Fuck your nihilism. They want you to believe in something, and they want you to believe in Jesus, and stop believing in nothing. Okay, nihilism is the belief in absolute nothingness. Okay, they want you to stop believing in it and believe in Jesus or be already dead. This is the music at the very end of it. There's nothing there. Okay, so the steganography essentially says these layered things. Fuck your love of nihilism and discipline to it. Love, unity, wisdom, discipline is their way. Renovate with revolution. Unseen revelations. We are the salt of the earth. Committed to incubi you are. Incubus are demons, basically. God invite them to commit. They want your hearts to be committed to God, the God of the Bible. And this is advanced Christian mysticism and semantics at work and play through the steganography. of 1643. So what is 1643? It's another message from the Underground Church, UGC, recruiting would-be cult members through a sequel to their first mass public message, 1371. It's also the evolution of a terrorist threat and recruitment propaganda material. It's a highly intelligently designed propaganda material from the premier Christian secret society, the Underground Church. The effects of the message: it creates paranoia in the target audience and that understand it, which most people won't be able to understand this. It's too much for people to think about. And most people these days can't think critically to save their own lives. In this case, think critically will save your life. And it establishes the desire to find the Underground Church and receive the promised antivirus and their protection from the coming attack. Recruitment of like-minded persons who find the propaganda material fascinating and want to learn more to assist them in mass genocide. Targeted specifically at the intelligence communities investigating the Underground Church and the public as an awareness message. Join them or be already dead. Alright, countermeasures are the same with 1371. We should definitely take these countermeasures. Don't really know why we're not doing it. Don't really know why the media is not reporting on any of this stuff. I mean, damn, I hate to be an Edward Snowden, but shit, maybe my name's Jay Winter and not Dan. And what? Fuck off. It's time frame sensitive information, you dumb fucking American fucks, man. Ignorant ass motherfuckers. Stupid civilian piece of shit. Fuck you, man. You probably just go ahead and just, you know what, don't even pay attention to this. It doesn't even matter. You know what, this is all just a bunch of bullshit. This is just some sort of alternate reality game with some art. You know, this don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing, you know, nothing at all. So don't take any fucking notice, man. Don't fucking pay attention to your own death at the cash register around Christmas sometime, you dumb fuck. Why you think I'm not gonna shop this year, bitch? God damn, you people just make me fucking sick. Fucking bull.